Item on the agenda, Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes from last month. Second. Motion and second. We have 4 board members here right now. Aye. All in favor? Aye. Aye. All opposed? So be it. We do have 1 board member absent. Excuse absence. The rest are here. Wanted to give an update. Some good news is that we are at full golfing membership cap. We're also looking at increasing our initiation fees. Between those two items, it's given us great opportunities for delivering some of our much needed facility improvements and upgrading some of our aging equipment. All of this is being outlined in our strategic plans. And I want to really thank everyone that's providing referrals to the club, as well as the staff and the committees that are helping us to improve on the projects from the funding from these 2 sources. A good place for this right now. So it's great. It's great for the club. We've seen a lot of changes because. Also want to announce something that we've been working on for a while is kicking off of the Lakeside Plaza project. Next few days, a few weeks. Project includes apartment. It was initially proposed to us by J.E. Dunn Construction in recognition of their former regional president and long-term Country Club member Steve. Project will be located on the lakeside of the existing pool deck, between the deck and the Conda Lake. The funding for this project is a result of cost sharing between J.E. Dunn, anonymous donor. You can see back of the room is a rendering of the.
You got a picture.
It was a picture on the
Rendering of the Lakeside Plaza. So we're excited to get that started, and the placard will be in the clubhouse if somebody wants to look at it a little bit closer. I'd like to share with you a near miss that we had at our new practice facility. A golfer was practicing pitching or chipping and sculled a shot onto the Perry Park Boulevard, barely missing 2 vehicles. We know this happens when you get close to roads. One of the things that we're doing is we're asking our management team and the committees to look into what can be done to prevent a real accident occurring. But I would just ask all of our members to be aware of the risk and inform your guests of the risk so we don't have another or an incident occurring. Also, I hope that you're enjoying the breakfast menus and taking advantage of the new offering. We would like to hear your feedback and your participation for making this successful addition to our Manor House offering. So let us know what you're thinking.
Can I make a couple
Yes,
comments?
please.
First of all, I think it's great. We've been wanting to get breakfast here for a long time. I think, and I don't know how this works, but it would be helpful, particularly on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, if we could start earlier. Because there's a lot of people that want to have breakfast, but can't because it doesn't start till 9 o'clock. The other thing is, I think that it needs to be recognized by the staff that if people are coming to have breakfast and they've got a tea time and they need to get out there, that we're sensitive to the fact that it should be a quick turnaround from the time we order till we receive the meal. It's an important timing thing. probably get more participation if we started earlier and get more participation if they felt comfortable that they can go in within a 40-minute or 30-minute window, they can get their breakfast so that they're not here an hour and a half before their tea time. Just a couple comments.
So moving forward, tea times move to 7 o'clock in June, so that will move up dining in the dining room to 8 o'clock for getting breakfast,
Okay.
but we will have a to-go option. If you do show up and you have to play before 8 o'clock, so we will run that to you on the golf course for it to go, and it's not everything on the menu, but there is a to-go menu, and we're creating that, so that'll be happening in June.
Cool. You said they'll deliver or they'll?
We'll deliver to the golf course.
They'll
When you're-
deliver. So,
Yeah,
wow. You doing that with drinks too?
yes,
Yes,
7 o'clock. Yes.
Bloody Marys.
That's called a beverage, that's beverage. Well, great, that's good news.
This one's live on Zoom now, so if anybody wanted to comment on that.
Is anybody monitoring?
Mhm.
Charlie?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's nothing.
All right, next item. Lori, financial,
Key decisions and votes.
oh, decisions, okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
Yes, sir.
The board approved a number of items since our last board meeting and prior to this meeting that started a few minutes ago. There were a number of authorizations for expenditure, $30,000 for resealing the parking lot. There was a laundry list of new kitchen equipment totaling $38,250 that was approved. New lockers in the men's and women's locker rooms for $18,600. $50,000 commitment for the fire pit project we just described. A tree removal near the clubhouse that poses a threat to the building and people, $3,900. And in addition, the board approved the 2025 golf tournament schedule. Dave, would you mind on the tree removal from the brand new rooms so people are aware?
Yes,
What happened over the weekend and what?
we had a very large tree go down on the south side of the pool deck in between the pool and the driving range, and it was leaning. So it was that very high wind day that we had last week, and there's a local company, Great Western, that came out day of and removed that. So I don't know if a lot of people even knew that it was leaning or we lost a tree, but during that process, we brought them on the back side of the manor house to look at the large tree right outside the big picture window, outside the brandy room. And they gave us a quote on that. And they did agree that this is a very big liability to our club, and Jason and his team would concur on that as well. So moving forward, we're gonna coordinate a time and less impact on the club as possible, but they will come and they'll have a crane service to go over the clubhouse and take that one piece at a time and be able to dispose of that as well. So we will alleviate that problem.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ready? All right, now for the financial update, this is Lori. Through April, go through the right side, a little bit behind budget. We're seeing a small variance in, membership and admin cost. And food and beverage. We have some higher sales, but we have some higher cost, of goods and higher payroll. So getting everybody trained and moving through and, more hours for breakfast and such. So, working through that and hoping we're gonna see a really solid May. It's getting nice out. Like I said, the membership is a little behind in the initiation fees and, the FME billing per what our budget was, but, working on that with getting the IFE amount increased and getting some new members in, dependent on resignations. Our golf revenue was a little higher. We had, just slightly higher, a little bit more in guest fees than what was budgeted. And I don't really talk a lot about the balance sheet stuff, looking at that kind of, valuation, but I thought I'd add this time that from last year, we've grown our fixed assets $430,000. So all the new projects, the AFEs we talk about, once those get closed and or shown on our balance sheet, that's a really good add, especially since we're not adding any debt or any additional expenses with that. And that is all we have. Any questions? Jan, anything?
No,
No?
I
No
motion
questions?
to accept the financials
Okay.
as presented. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
Great.
Right, everybody, and hello online there, this is Keith. Just gonna run through what's going on in the golf operations as well as the GTNH side of the club. So staffing update, some returning faces, you all have probably seen some of last year's team coming back, really everyone came back, which is nice and kind of a testament to some of the culture that we've been able to build over the last 3 years. So with that, only 3 new team members total, so obviously Jonah, who we all met last month. Landon will be working outside with us, and then Sydney Gertler is joining the team in the golf shop, so. So excited to welcome them aboard, but also really excited to have so many folks coming back. And then just a note there that, all 3, Danny, Josh, and Casey are pursuing their PGA membership, so. In the case of Josh and Casey, all started working outside, cleaning golf carts, and have decided that the golf industry is where they wanna spend their life, so that's great. And a big part to the members here at the club, that's one thing that our staff continues to cite, is it's not just their teammates, but the membership as a whole and how well they're treated, so thank you for that. Upcoming events, short game area grand opening party on May 31st, so that's a Friday evening. Jonah has some fun games planned out there, a little bit of golf instruction as well, I think we're doing some drink specials also, so good way to spend a Friday evening, utilizing the new putting green, chipping area, and just that space. If you haven't wandered down there, you're missing out. If you want to learn how not to hit cars, Jonah's probably.
Training is.
Yeah, training's part of the convention. So that's an opportunity to maybe get a little better, but also just hang out and enjoy that new space. Registration for the Classic. So this is one reminder to all the men that would look to participate in the Classic. That registration fills up quickly. It opens June 5th at 8 AM on Forties, and that is a speed of the draw. So just treat that like a Saturday morning tee sheet. You want to get in there and get that booked quickly if you plan to play. Fall Frolic registration is open now, so that is in September. This year, September 18th. And the Fall Frolic, that's open now, so people have started registering. Still plenty of time for that one, but typically we end up with over 100 ladies participating in the Fall Frolic, so jump in and get in that. That's a really fun member guest opportunity to show off your play. And then one note, there's still 2 spots available for the Super Senior Invitational, so that field did fill up pretty nicely, but we still do have 2 spots if you're considering that. Now's the time to get in. GTNH has been meeting, of course, every month, but really with the goal of getting that 2025 tournament schedule locked in. So that's a big topic, and make sure that we can secure high quality dates for all of our outings for the season. So that is now approved, thanks to the board. And also working to ensure that all of our members are getting back in the flow of posting all of our scores, maintaining our 75% posting data. Those are kind of the key early season topics. And then a couple of reminders on golf instruction. So again, if you're hitting cars, we can fix that. But wanted to highlight something that's kind of a new concept. This has become something in the golf world that we're definitely taking advantage of as well, but Jonah's supervised practice sessions. So the concept here is less of a formal clinic where you're not covering one skill and teaching it to a whole group, but where you can come in for an hour, you're on the driving range and you have an opportunity to have Jonah's eye on you during that supervised practice, but you're working on what you're working on in your own golf game, not led through a clinic. So I think range session with the golf pro's eye available to make sure that things are trending on the right path. So Jonah has a whole lot of those supervised practices scheduled, at least one a week through the end of May and then again in June. And just want to expose that concept, but really a good avenue for $30 to have an opportunity to learn and work on your game with some guidance, and you're not just going down that rabbit hole of bad golf shots that we've all been on before. So good opportunity there. And then just a reminder that booking lessons via 4Ts or in the golf shop. If you know that you have some things you want to work on, anybody in the shop can help you schedule that lesson, but your 4Ts booking is available and open for you. Any questions?
And your handicap certification?
We are certified. Yeah, so we recently went through the process with the CGA to make sure that we were in compliance for both the Women's Golf Association and the Men's Golf Association to the changes. So that is done. And then a quick note, not on the board here, but they will be coming out scheduled sometime this spring. We're running out of springtime, so it might be early summer to re-rate Perry Park Country Club. But those changes would take effect in 2025's golf season. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Evening, everybody. Jason Cook here, just to talk a little bit about grounds and greens. So as we enter the end of May and the start of June, big hoorah, we'll be opening the practice putting green. So some of those chipping shots will actually be down on the putting surface. So Jonah, sorry. I mean, you know, good opportunity there for scoring. The game plan is to open the putting green on Memorial Day. I thought Memorial Day weekend, we need a few days, I'll be honest with you. Memorial Day, we'll open the putting green. And then Keith alluded to the event that following Friday on the 31st. So that's pretty exciting news. It will be, just forewarning, we expect a lot of traffic, and with it being immature and just seeded last year, the heights will be the same as the other greens, but we will fertilize it at a much greater interval to try to keep the density and wear and tear. When you think about how many putts occur on a putting green and to a certain location or a certain hole, we're gonna have a lot of traffic on that, and we wanna make sure that it gets through its first season well. So it might putt a little bit slower than the rest of the greens, but that's kind of a goal for right now, and we'll adjust that as the season goes on and monitor where we can make some tweaks to get a little bit closer. So excited about that. From a staffing perspective, we are staffed to budget right now, so excited, a bunch of training for new guys. We do apologize, we had a couple of guys that had a brilliant idea on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock to go out and finish edging fairway heads on hole number 1. So if that interrupted you, sorry guys, that wasn't our direction. That was one of those beg for forgiveness, you know, no good deed goes unpunished sort of things. All in all, a good group of guys though, so it just will take a little while with several new cast members to get them up to speed as to which hole is which, and it does become a little chaotic, especially this time of year with all the back nine shotguns that we do incur. So that's gonna kick up, especially with junior golf, where Thursday becomes a part of another opportunity where we're prepping holes out in front of traditional linear golf from 1 to 18. So other than that, looking to acquire some sod. It was scheduled for tomorrow, but it's now gonna come on Thursday. So we'll finish up the tie-ins that I've been talking about for 3 months, and I'm embarrassed to talk about on the cart path on 15 and 11 and 16. So all that stuff will be sodded hopefully Thursday, and then we'll take a little break, see what we have to finish off. We're just gonna get one big truckload, which is quite a bit of sod, and then we'll shift into the following week where we'll have the new practice green open, flowers will arrive, so we'll try to get those planted in the clubhouse just prior to the 31st. I know it's past Memorial Day, but weather looks good. Tonight might be a little bit colder, but then after that, we don't see anything under like 45 for a while. Soil temps are up, so everything is growing. Think positive feedback on the golf course from the players. The other thing that we're doing is going through the bunkers, a lot of rocks this year. So auditing the bunkers, but also spending a considerable amount of time just hand raking rocks out and sifting rocks out. You know, our bunkers don't have liners, so any opportunity and freeze thaw, you're gonna end up pulling some rocks up through. So we did plant a few trees in between number 1 and number 18 this past week. They're just kind of there as a deterrent to prevent someone from getting hit on 18 green as opposed from out in the street. But other than that, that's what we have going on. So excited to kind of get into overall daily conditioning and battling some dandelions now, which is the season to do that. And then these thunderstorms that roll in the afternoon, it's kind of a catch-22 on how much time you have to spray and actually have that set on the plant and sit there and be rainproof. So, but I think we're ahead of the game. compared to
What's
last year.
their east population?
Growing. Growing. They still do get scared off in the evening. They are flying away. Fired some pyrotechnics today to try to deter them because, as their babies are being born, they're starting to migrate back onto the practice area. So that's gonna be a time commitment for us. Guess I really should thank, the Fairway Divot Program. I think that's gonna definitely reap a reward here pretty soon. As well as anybody that attended the, annual golf course tour, last month. 30 plus individuals, got a lot of positive feedback from that, so thank you. Any questions?
15, where are we
15.
supposed to park when we are putting? If you're gonna take that area and turn it into grass?
In anywhere over there. Anywhere over there, you can push over and park. Kind of the same in the past.
So you're not gonna put stakes or something where you'd like us to go and then the next week move it, hopefully reduce the.
Well, we'll try to manage that as best we can, similar to the sod. What you'll probably see is some plastic white lattice, some ugly looking white lattice that's gonna lay down over the sod. It just helps spread out the wear and tear of the carts. So the alternative is you can not sod a section and leave that open for traffic. But that's just gonna end up being mud because you're gonna run so much water trying to get that sod to reestablish. Or to establish, I should say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody, Lana here talking about membership. So just we're gonna go over some numbers. Reporting on April, so at the end of April, we ended up to a cap of 312. So that's breakdown. As far as acquisitions, we had 2 full, a junior, a social, and an out of state, and then we had a transfer. These are the initiation fees, but they will be going up shortly, so we'll report on that next month. This is the breakdown of our year-to-date golf members and social members, so total of 551 memberships of different variety. And then this is also the breakdown of our different membership classes. Full equity, we're at 214, a social 174. We did have quite a few resignations in the beginning of the year, so still under that 200 mark. Professional, we're at 60, that's the cap. And then junior, our cap is 31 on that, so we do have a little bit of room there. Resignations, we did have some reasons that our lifestyle changed, personal, and then just didn't use. And then year-to-date resignations, 10 for golf, 18 for social. We'd like to welcome some new memberships. So these are members of different areas, some junior, some social, and some full, and then out of state. So just a variety of new members that have gone through the more extensive interview process, but we'd like to welcome them. We've seen quite a few of them on the tee sheet already, so please come and enjoy some food with them, and then also on the tee sheet. That's all I got. Any questions? Okay, have a great night.
Good evening, everybody. First off, I would like to thank Nate for his hard work and support on this new equipment that's going into the kitchen. And thank the board for the approval, much needed equipment and thanks for Ken for coming in to do a little looky-loo. Appreciate that. So yeah, thank you very much, much needed. It's gonna help out timing and all kinds of good stuff, so looking forward to getting that new equipment ordered. Another note, we do have a full club closure on Sunday. We will have some specials out at Max's, plus some beer to drink, and hopefully you guys come over there and have a good time. We will have the club closed that day. And then Mother's Day was awesome. It was very good. Expectations went well. All the food was good. Got really good reviews on it. And the new menu is doing very well. Getting a lot of good reviews on that. And the staffing level for the summer is looking very good, so I'm looking forward to that. Need to hire a couple dishwashers, but other than that, looking pretty good. So, that's about all I got. Kevin?
Good evening, Kevin reporting for front of the house operation. Our staffing levels are adequate for the season. We employ 27 people for front of the house. So with all of our hours of operation, breakfast, lunch and dinner, Max's, the beverage cart, everything is fully operational. And things are trending in the right direction. We did take some extra time to make sure new staff members are fully trained, especially at Max's with Sam, who's there now. I don't know if anyone has met her yet, but she's been doing a really good job. She's an excellent employee. Really happy to have her, along with Tim Backus, who's bartending for us, kind of on on-call basis. But another employee that's great to have available that lives close in the area. And two younger employees, Sienna and Stella Holker, also members of, their parents are members. So they're much younger, starting their work career here at our club. But they'll be with us for a long haul. So they have at least 3 more years with us, working in food and beverage before they move on to that next college phase. So exciting time within our department to have the season ready and fully available for all of our positions. And we have upcoming events. We have a scheduled cornhole tournament coming up on June 15th, which is also Father's Day weekend. We'll have live music outside. John Brewster, who's got a really unique voice, kind of a country twang. So he'll be performing out there from 5 to 8:30, with registration starting at 5 for the cornhole tournament. These events have been very successful in the past, so we're looking for a really nice turnout for that. We'll have a grill out there, and Justin will be firing up some burgers and dogs.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll make it fun, lighthearted event, open for all families. So we'd love to see people sign up for that. We also have casino nights later on in the month of June. This is paired with the Women's Invitational, kind of like the grand finale. We have live dealers for blackjack, roulette, and craps for that evening. So that's a really cool event. It's been a long time since it's been hosted here at Perry Park, but we are looking forward to that and everyone participating in that event.
Let me just say something, you have, or maybe you were gonna say
I was.
it, you have to read the menu.
I was gonna say that, take a look at the menu. I took a long time trying to get up some good names and some,
Just give them a
fun
couple of
things.
examples, because we can't. read them
so
here.
Caesar Palace salad, and then slot machine spring rolls, blackjack, sliders, crab crepes, cakes, and then spud and luck. So, just take a look.
What's the dessert?
The dessert is Dice Krispy Treats. So just,
Good job.
and Lucky Lemon Bar. So unique menu, take a look at it, and then join us, so.
Yep, that's gonna be a really fun event, so we look forward to having a packed house for that.
Yep.
We also have a Colorado Estate wine mixer. So these are local wines, coming from Grand Valley, Colorado. We're gonna pair it with a member rewards night. So it'll be, very inexpensive for people to attend, but we do need to capture a little bit of revenue to make sure we're making our budget. So $18 a person, with live music, the tasting, charcuterie and cheese board, with the wine. So, that should be a fun Wednesday afternoon. That's all we got.
Also, any questions or comments?
Yep.
All right.
Any comments? Anything from the field? No?
Lucky lemon bars sound good.
Any motion to adjourn? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So be it.